It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Coming up next.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
On the ground, this is Justice Hill. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Second down, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson now on second down. This one complete to Bateman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. They motion the slot man left. Third and short, Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Here's a give. Heading right, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. Christian Harris there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Lamar going to work from the pistol. To the tight end, likely. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
On third down, Jackson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Braxton Berrios, deep to return. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. Second down and 3. Kirk is the motion man. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. Up the sideline at the 35. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down for Houston.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Third down and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's going to be caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Ravens offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Hopkins sent in motion. Off the play fake. Jackson. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 9. Throwing Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt first time they had it, but they'll try again in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
They try to work the screen with Mixon. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Stroud. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout. It is C.J. Stroud in need of some attention. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll run a draw with Mixon.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Jackson. He'll get this out wide. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
So we've come to the end of a fairly... They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
2nd down and 8. On the option, they give it to Henry. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but Probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
In motion comes Andrews. From the gun, Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. Now Stroud. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
2nd and 7. Stroud. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They will work the middle with Mixon. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. Here's a third down and 4. Now Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Texans first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This one complete to Jordan. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Now a toss play, running left, it's Mixon. He'll be brought down inside the 25. Jair Alexander up from the secondary to make the stop. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Houston. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now, Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Hopkins sent in motion. Play action now. Jackson. Now he'll run it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll motion over Flowers. 2nd down. Jackson. The left side into the hands of Hopkins. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. To throw is Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Texans have it. Well, that changed quickly. A terrific scramble, getting downfield, picking up yardage, but then dropping the football. It comes out, and the defense comes up with the recovery.
There's not many quarterbacks in the league, Mike, that can make that play with their legs. It's just such a shame that at the end of that run, he fails to protect the ball. The defense is able to jar it loose and take it away of what otherwise was a pretty fantastic play there by that quarterback.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Off he goes. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Stroud. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Houston. That'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Ravens offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll motion over Flowers. Jackson now to throw on first down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Jackson now on second down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On third down, Jackson. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. He knocks it through. And the Ravens will level things out at 7 apiece. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. So, 1 touchdown apiece for our two teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. Good return here, brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go right back to Mixon. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. They face 2nd down and 7. A run here with Mixon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and the veteran DeAndre Hopkins ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. A 1st down throw for Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. For a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Jackson. He'll drop this one down to Hill. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here, bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
On the give, here's Henry. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Jackson. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now.
And he will dive into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Berrios on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Texans offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Got his man. It's Kirk. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
The give to Mixon from out of the pistol. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Kirk is the motion man. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
That is, he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of the Ravens has it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. The lead sits at 4. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Stroud. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
3rd and 6. Stroud going to set up the throw. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. trailing late. They've got to go here. It's 4th down. To throw, it's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. It's a gain of 10 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Here's Mixon. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he nearly got away, but they finally bring him down at about the 3 to set up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Stroud going to tuck this one on his own read. A hit, and he has lost the football. And the defense has to feel good about that. 4th and goal, they come up with a big play and end this drive.
In this case, Mike, the defense is thinking turnover on downs, but in this play, they actually force the turnover in the process and make a huge goal line stand to keep the offense out of the end zone.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. The ball comes out. The Texans have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, it's Henry. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And they're going to get a fresh set of downs. First down, up at the 17.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Henry. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Going to go right back to Henry. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. He's to midfield. To the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The kick is good. And the Ravens are out to a 21-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Berrios on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On 2nd down, Stroud. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He runs with it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, he's doing it all on this drive. He's throwing the ball well, and now he's able to use his legs to pick up good yardage and get a fresh set of downs.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. 1st and 10 now from the 36. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Jackson now to throw on 1st down to the tight end Likely. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run it with Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry, working his way for a short pickup to the 48. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's the give to Henry running right. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they're going to send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.